Here you will have free English and French videos to increase your skills to talk and to immigrate to Canada. You will have these videos from the partnership with Canada Smart Mind. Subscribe yourself to not miss any video. You only want to say something and you want to be understood by the other person, but sometimes it is not that easy. That is why you have to learn the 3 basic elements of communication: how works the executor, the action, and the receiver, and that is what you are going to see here. You are going to have 1. A grammar rule, to know how to say your things. 2. A text, to improve your pronunciation. 3. An exercise, to consolidate your knowledge. You will learn how to speak and listen to English and French. You will have free videos of English and French and how to settle, especially in Canada. That is why it's very important to click on the bell icon to receive the latest videos. Do you want to get rid of your language concerns? Here you improve your 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking to get a higher score on international tests in order to improve your career abilities and to immigrate to Canada or to any other English or French speaking country. Pay close attention to this video to find out how. In exchange, you help us by clicking on the bell icon and on the subscribe button and on the like button to spread the name of Canada Smart Mind. Now, here we go. 1. Grammar rule. Grammar: vocabulary, active voice. In the active voice, the subject of the verb does the action, e.g. they killed the president. Adjective: a word like big, red, easy, French, etc. An adjective describes a noun or pronoun. Adverb: a word like slowly, quietly, well, often, etc. An adverb modifies a verb. Article: the indefinite articles are and an. The definite article is the auxiliary verb, a verb that is used with a main verb. Be, do and have are auxiliary verbs. Can, may, must, etc. are modal auxiliary verbs. Clause: a group of words containing a subject and its verb. For example, it was late when he arrived. Conjunction: a word used to connect words, phrases and clauses. For example, and, but, if. Infinitive: the basic form of a verb, as in to work or work. Interjection: an exclamation inserted into an utterance without grammatical connection. For example, oh, ah, ouch. Well. Modal verb: an auxiliary verb like can, may, must, etc. that modifies the main verb and expresses possibility, probability, etc. It is also called modal auxiliary verb. Noun: a word like table, dog, teacher, America, etc. A noun is the name of an object, concept, person or place. A concrete noun is something you can see or touch, like a person or car. An abstract noun is something that you cannot see or touch, like a decision or happiness. A countable noun is something that you can count, for example, bottle, song, dollar. An uncountable noun is something that you cannot count, for example, water, music, money. Object: in the active voice, a noun or its equivalent that receives the action of the verb. In the passive voice, a noun or its equivalent that does the action of the verb. Participle: the ing and ed forms of verbs. The ing form is called the present participle. The ed form is called the past participle. Part of speech, one of the 8 classes of word in English: noun, verb, adjective, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction and interjection. Passive voice: in the passive voice, the subject receives the action of the verb, e.g. the president was killed. Phrase: a group of words not containing a subject and its verb, e.g. on the table, the girl in a red dress. Predicate: each sentence contains or implies 2 parts, a subject and a predicate. The predicate is what is said about the subject. Preposition: a word like at, to, in, over, etc. Prepositions usually come before a noun and give information about things like time, place and direction. Pronoun: a word like I, me, you, he, him, it, etc. A pronoun replaces a noun. Sentence: a group of words that express a thought. A sentence conveys a statement, question, exclamation or command. A sentence contains or implies a subject and a predicate. In simple terms, a sentence must contain a verb and, usually, a subject. A sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Question mark or exclamation mark. Subject: every sentence contains or implies 2 parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject is the main noun or equivalent in a sentence about which something is said. Tense: the form of a verb that shows us when the action or state happens, past, present or future. Note that the name of a tense is not always a guide to when the action happens. The present continuous tense, for example, can be used to talk about the present or the future verb, a word like to work, to love, to begin. A verb describes an action or state. Now, here is the grammar rule that you can use while you are talking. Remember, you got to have the grammar rules, the pronunciation, and the vocabulary to sustain your conversation. I wish I could say some nice words and cool you down, but here is the thing. You have to go deep into your practice to develop your skills. We post here the basics of grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. So hit the subscribe button and bell icon in order to receive the other videos and increase your ability to speak. Also, contact us to see how easy and cheap it is to enroll in our teaching program, where you can have videos, exercises, and books to support your work and to increase your performance. And share this video with your friends and help them out too. Text.
The American Space Agency, NASA, has chosen the moon landing site for a new ice-seeking explorer set to arrive in 2023. The explorer, or rover, will be sent to an area on the moon's south pole called Nobile Crater. The robotic vehicle is called Volatile's Investigating Polar Exploration Rover, or VIPER. VIPER's purpose will be to map and explore the region's surface and subsurface for water and other resources, NASA said in a recent announcement. Nobile Crater was formed through a crash with a space object. VIPER measures 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters by 2.5 meters. It weighs 430 kilograms. Unlike the rovers used on Mars, VIPER can be piloted nearly in real time because the distance from Earth is much shorter. VIPER is solar-powered and comes with a 50-hour battery that was built to withstand extreme temperatures. It was designed with the ability to walk sideways so that its solar equipment can stay pointed toward the sun. The mission is part of NASA's Artemis program, which aims to land the first woman and next man on the moon by 2024. The program's long-term goal is to establish a continued human presence on the moon. NASA says it will be the first mission to explore the surface of the moon's south pole. This is one of the coldest areas in our solar system. So far, it has only been studied by orbiters and satellites observing the moon. Data collected from those observations led scientists to believe that ice and other resources likely exist in areas near the moon's poles. Some of these areas remain permanently blocked from the sun. NASA says such areas can reach temperatures as low as minus 248 degrees Celsius. Scientists believe the South Pole's frozen water could date back billions of years. Lori Glaze is the director of NASA's Planetary Science Division. She told reporters, "The rover is going to get up close and personal with the lunar soil, even drilling several feet down." NASA says the search for ice on the moon is important because it is seen as a necessary resource for future exploration activities. astronauts could use the ice for drinking water and to cool equipment or make rocket fuel for missions deeper into the solar system. NASA says it chose a mountainous area on the western edge of the Nobile crater for the landing because it contains many nearby sites of scientific interest. It also has surface areas that the rover can effectively explore. Daniel Andrews is overseeing the Viper project. He said in a statement that years of study had gone into examining the polar area the rover will explore. Viper is going into uncharted territory, informed by science, to test hypotheses and reveal critical information for future human space exploration. NASA hopes the data and samples that Viper collects will help scientists find other places where water might exist on the Moon. The mission also aims to help NASA better understand how frozen water first reached the Moon and how it was able to survive for billions of years. I'm Brian Lynn.
Remember to go to the description and check the links for Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Also, you will have a link for our contact in the description. Since you only can count on yourself, make your inscription and hit the like and the bell icons to receive our latest videos. 3. Exercise. Quiz. NASA chooses moon landing site for ice-seeking rover. What is one difference between the Viper Explorer and the rovers used on Mars? Mars rovers can withstand colder temperatures. Viper can be piloted nearly in real time. Mars rovers can be controlled nearly in real time. Viper is not equipped with robotic controls. Correct. Viper can be piloted nearly in real time. What is one goal of NASA's Artemis program? To bring Viper home from the Moon by 2025. To return water samples from the Moon by 2024. To establish a NASA base on the Moon by 2030. To land the first woman on the Moon by 2024. Correct. To land the first woman on the Moon by 2024. How has the Moon's south pole been studied in the past? By spacecraft launched by China and India. By 2 NASA rover vehicles sent in the 1990s. By orbiters and satellites observing the Moon. All of the above. Correct. By orbiters and satellites observing the Moon. How can ice be used in future human exploration missions on the Moon, making rocket fuel, drinking water, cooling equipment? All of the above. Correct. All of the above. Tell us your questions and pretty soon you will see what we have to say. Leave your comments about this video and we will know what you like and what we can do to better help you. Thank you for watching this video and be sure that we will be with you in this journey to turn your dreams into reality. Keep up there and write your story. I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.